Okay, Ephraim is being amazing as usual, I'll take that. There are limits to how amazing he is, though. You don't want to charge him into a really enormous horde of enemies. Yeah, if you had one more speed, you'd have died there. Maybe him getting unlucky in that first level up was actually a blessing. Oh, that mage still has his full complement of HP. Ross, one shot, please. No. Okay. Well then, how? You're not even doubling. I really don't like the prospect of taking a thunder. Although Ephraim is, for some reason, one of my best people to actually take a thunder. You just have the Iron Lance. The one behind you has a javelin, right? Yes. Also that guy with Luna, but Luna has been nerfed horribly in this game, so it's not really that big of an issue. I'm not doubling. Okay, what to do here? I don't like that 2 crit rate, and I don't like the fact that you do half of his health. I think Ephraim really is my best bet against this guy. Okay, I'll use this just on the off chance that if I do get the crit, I don't have to get hit by the thunder. Well, he didn't get hit by the thunder anyway. And of course I get the crit now. Oh, it's a chest key that I, yeah, let's get rid of that one-use javelin. It's not really going to work much either. I actually could have had a halberd by now, if that guy hadn't decided to be annoying and switched to his other weapon. Back in chapter 6. Yeah, it was chapter 6. Ross has been dodging quite a lot here. That is hopefully a good sign. Except Kyle desperately needs healing. And I need someone with a little bit more punch here. And even with the steel lance, you still do the exact same amount. Yeah, that's not great. And Seth is a bit too much punch. Taking 7. As long as that mage dies. You know, I've got a better hit rate with the lance. I was wondering if this would be one of those situations where the Iron Sword still is more accurate despite the weapon triangle disadvantage, but it was not one of those times. Yeah, I almost made a fatal error with Kyle earlier. I need to be a bit more careful, which is why I'm not really speaking as much here and being a little bit more cautious. I guess I can do that. You know, it's probably more advantageous to not attack. As for Kyle... I need loot to... Yeah. Yeah, let's have loot finish off this guy. Unfortunately, she didn't get a very good level up last time, which is really, really annoying. And then... Oh, that works out. I can actually put Natasha here, and she won't need to get shot by a longbow. I mean, getting hit by one longbow is definitely fine, but... Unless you're Amelia, who's probably going to get doubled by it. Might as well have Colm advance here. Now, Amelia is safe around the start of the map because there aren't going to be reinforcements spawning from there. But there are still more reinforcements in this chapter. Yeah, I thought you'd do that. And of course, you got hit. Yeah. That's gonna require some... Huh. Hi there. That was a strange move, but it's definitely not gonna be a really big deal. I don't think Loot doubles either of these. No, she doesn't. She does double you, though. Like I said, although at this point, I can probably safely get that red gem, so... Although I like Column to get these chests. I can get the red gem. You know, I should probably go for the red gem. Oh, that's one off. Really. Very, very annoying. But okay, let's go for that. Ephraim is dodging a lot now. That's kind of the thing with Ephraim, is that Erica does have the speed, but Ephraim has pretty much as much speed as she does, and is much stronger and tankier, and pretty much better in everything than she is, sadly. Until a little bit later in the game, but that's beside the point. I'll get to that when we get to it. Franz needs a bit of healing. There is the loot. Oh, right. 12 crit. Ross has... Yeah, he's got more luck than that. Ross is going to be fine. Just going to go ahead and attack this guy. Gotta remember that there's a javelin guy on the loose on the side corridor. I have my own javelin guy right here. Yeah, had a... Of course. Another 6, and then 5, which would be 11, leaving you on 3. Luna can't reach you, thankfully. And you have 13, and you have 9 defense, so that would be... That's enough, isn't it? Save your brother! Sorry if I'm going quiet here, I just, yeah, Ephraim's route, you need to be a little bit more careful than Erica's. So, javelin, another javelin, and a longbow. So Column's... Actually, he's safe from all of them if he goes behind Ephraim. We finally have Joshua reach the... Yeah, let's have him go next to Natasha. And let's grab you, drop you, so that I can heal you. Yeah, I healed Carl last turn, didn't I? Yes, I did. So yeah, now I can use Mold to heal Franz. Benefits of having multiple Cavaliers, it makes it easier to rescue someone then drop them on the same turn. Speaking of which, it might be a good idea to keep Amelia permanently rescued for the rest of this chapter, because I don't think there's much of a way that I can get experience for her here. And I thought you'd do that. Good dodge there, though. Gonna have to put up with you for a little while longer, because I want to try and steal that red gem. Okay, yeah, this guy's got Physic here. So we need to remember that he also has Sleep. Because, yeah. Also Sleep. Ugh. Always annoying when you don't quite do enough. Like that. In the interest of productivity, might just have to set this one. So you'll notice there are no more Cavaliers spawning from the top part of the map, but there's gonna be more from 2 locations as well. I'm pretty sure they're triggered by those stairs right here, so be careful when you cross those stairs. Okay, that guy just has an Iron Lance. Also an Iron Lance. And I'm doubling, and I'm the one with the very low crit rate. Yeah, Luna pretty much sucks in this game. Ooh, spooky fail. And now, we begin... That wasn't awful, but no speed. But yes, it begins. The quest to have Ross actually gain speed. Might as well try Steel Lancing you. Hey, I actually hit with a 70. Will Kyle get a better level up this time? That was kind of better. 15 strength is not... Oh, well, actually, that's pretty normal for Kyle. Strength is pretty much the main thing that he does. And I guess Kyle's to Cavalier is what Luke is to Mages in a way, but Luke joins quite a bit earlier and doesn't have a lot of other people to compete with. Okay. Let's get into position. And speaking of getting into position, I need Natasha into position. Because we might be needing Restore Staves soon, depending on how unlucky we get. Because we are approaching the second sleep stave, although you've just put yourself right next to the wall there, which was a bad move on your part. A very bad move. As you will soon find out the very, very hard way. I still don't want to risk Mulder against that guy, and yeah, this priest gets to live. They're not worth much experience anyway. I get that he's the Lord, but it's a bit dumb of these guys to all go after Ephraim. I guess every little bit of damage on him puts the enemy closer to winning, so makes sense. That's probably going to hit 2. Oh, didn't, okay. And who are you going to try sleeping? Everyone here is just obsessed with making Kyle fall asleep. Didn't work that time, though. Okay, gonna waste no time, provided that I can... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's safe. And you're in a full inventory, so... Yoink! Nope. I accidentally tried to steal the longbow. Yeah, you can't steal weapons, which is obviously done to prevent you from stealing all of a boss's weapons and rendering them harmless. In Path of Radiance, you can steal weapons, but you can't steal equipped weapons for the exact same reason. Led to a really arcane method of getting the S-rank light tone by forcing the priest to unequip it, which you can do. Okay, now there aren't that many enemies left, but this will definitely change. So anyone who goes down here should be prepared for quite a fight. Okay, gotta be careful, because if I do kill that priest, I'm gonna get hit by the flux guy. Oh yeah, you used to have the one-use javelin. I was wondering, what Ephraim's javelin's condition was like. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do this. Because I want that priest to die now. Because the less we have to deal with that sleep staff, well, the less experience that Natasha gets by using Restore. But really, the less we have to worry about the sleep condition, which is really, really bad for us. The sleep condition makes it sound like Pokemon. I mean, which I suppose it kind of is, but One thing that I find funny about Fire Emblem, I guess it happens in Pokemon as well, but in most Fire Emblem games, well, not most of them, at least the GBA Fire Emblems, characters who are asleep still have their normal evade rates, so they can still dodge in their sleep, which I find pretty silly. I think in Path of Radiance, sleeping characters are always automatically hit by things. Now, there is a status in this game that makes you get automatically hit by attacks, and it's 100 times worse than sleep. But we'll be dealing with that later on, and, well, Ephraim's luck is kind of averaging out here. His severe stabbing power is not, though. It's still wrecking everything. At this point in my practice run, I've been spamming Reg and Leif on everything, thinking that you get another one. Then I looked up on Serena's Forest, and I was like, oh wait, you actually don't get another one. So... Actually, that's perfect. Oh, he only did that because the Javelin broke, but still that's perfect, because now I can get experience for someone else with that. Yeah, you are Thunder. Although, of all the people to be taking a Thunder, Ross, probably is okay, because he has enough luck to render the crit chance null. He's not going to get doubled or anything, is he? 6 speed, 6 weight. 12 weight? We have exactly equal speed, so no doubling. Now I need you to get... I guess Natasha can get to him. So here's the thing, we're about to get rushed by the real meat of the reinforcements, and I'm having to debate who to put on which side, because as much as I'd like to get Tana some experience, it's not as safe for her to do that in this chapter as it is in Erica's Chapter 9. Because the moment we cross here, things are going to get a lot trickier. I could use that heavy spear against him. Alternatively, Joshua still has his armor slayer. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that guy. I gotta watch out for that guy as well. Let's just move cautiously and not advance too far, because if that guy gets provoked, I need to kill him quickly. Franz will also be useful around here, and you know what? Let's put all 3 of my Cavaliers up on this front. Seth will go down here, because we're gonna need to be choking this point as well. And loot may be useful at some point in the future. And I guess Cole can go after the chest up here. It's not really safe for him to do so just yet, though. You know what? Emilia could try and fight that priest, I just realized. So soon it's reinforcement time. I was thinking in my head that was a Zambato for a second, but no, obviously not a Zambato. This is really, really random, but I was recently playing Trails in the Sky, and I just got a weapon that's simply named Cavalier Killer, but its description makes it very obvious it's supposed to be a Zambato. Like, a really long sword used in Eastern nations to fight cavalry, which is basically what a Zambato is. It's Japanese for, like, horse-chopping sword or something. And yeah, I haven't mentioned yet, I guess it's a bit weird to mention it here because we don't have a Zambato on the map, but yeah, the Zambato was called Longsword in FE. You are clever. Also, it makes sense because you're a prison guard, but you're moving into a position where, yeah, you are very clever. I'm going to ignore you for the time being. And yeah, we get 3 reinforcement cavaliers coming down here, and they're going to stay here for a while. Now, you're fully healed, you aren't fully healed. But I think it's probably better to fully heal Ross. I just realized you have an Axe Reaver. Which, when I was younger, I used to pronounce as Axe Reaver. I think Ephraim can take on all of them? Pretty sure. But yeah, I always used to think they were Lancer Reaver, Axe Reaver, and Sword Reaver. There's actually a spot that what happens if you go here? Okay. Oh, well, the javelin can still hit Natasha. And the javelin is almost certainly going to go for her. Also got to watch out for that guy. That short bow has a surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, it has a decently high crit rate. Because that's kind of what the short bow is supposed to do. I'll talk about the short bow later, but I have a few other things to say about it. But yeah, there's numbers. So longsword in FE7, and I think 6 as well. And yeah, like other things, like the Night Killer is called Horse Slayer in this game, Night Killer in Path of Radiance, and Rider's Bane in Marth's games. So that one also varies a lot. I reckon you can easily block off the reinforcement spawn point here, but I'm not going to do that for now. Huh. Hang on a second. Even with weapon triangle advantage, you're still getting destroyed. Now, this time... Of course, the game is determined to make my loot always terrible. Also, I'm very, very sorry to this priest here. At least it's not the average training for Fiona back in FE10, where you petrify a priest and have... You're seriously going for Seth? Really? I will never understand the AI sometimes. I mean, I guess Seth is the most damage out of all the potential targets here. You know, 8 damage is actually a pretty big deal against Seth. Anyway, there's not really all that much that I can talk about at this point. Other than saying, I really hope the footage doesn't corrupt this time. It's just weird, like, it just kind of happens sometimes, and there's not really all that much I can do about it. I've tried determining the exact cause, but every time I've tried, I just can't find anything, like, any definitive evidence of what's causing it. But I've seen other YouTubers who use capture cards have the exact same kinds of glitching occasionally, so it must be common to a lot of models of capture cards. Anyway, though, let's grab this chest. That's pretty much exactly as much as the red gem is worth, now that I think about it. Who got the chest key? You did. That's not going to be of much use. Okay, don't worry, Tana, we are going to rescue you, just, not quite yet. And I'm probably going to have to grind her in the Tower of Valmy, because the chapter after this is actually pretty difficult. And amazingly enough, this is a pretty rare sentence, but I'm going to need to heal Seth. Okay, let's see what happens when... 10 defense, 11... No, they would have done more to Ephraim. Why'd they go for Seth? Again, I will never understand the AI in this game sometimes. It's just a complete mystery. Apart from the fact that it always goes for kills where it can. But other than that, yeah. Complete mystery in what it does sometimes. Gonna have to pull you back, and unfortunately Natasha is away from Joshua for a little while. Am I gonna need mend? I might as well. It's more experience anyway. Joshua has more HP than Seth at this point. Probably rather Franz get the experience here than Kyle, even though Kyle is a bit differently leveled. Okay, now will you go for Joshua? I'm pretty sure not, because that guy's programmed to be a prison guard, but still. Okay, see, now you're going after Ephraim. 6, and that would mean that that guy would do 9 to... The steel one would do 9 to Ephraim if it was doing 8 to Seth. Yeah, so 6, 8, And well, they both missed. This, of course, would go a lot faster if I was using the Rig and Leaf, but I'm trying to save that. If I save it until Ephraim chapter 13, I might actually be able to discuss a certain thing. Oh yeah, gotta remember to discuss the short bow once we get to it. Probably should have equipped the hand axe. Oh well. I think there's gonna be more. Yeah, more. These might be the last of them, though. And I think Seth will need to get... Oh, but then he might start taking the experience. I mean, not that Seth's an experienced thief or anything like that, it's just that... I'd rather some of the other characters get some more experience here. See, Ephraim is already level 14. Compare that to how Erica was on her route, where I was just too scared to commit her to combat because she was so fragile. And just look at Ephraim now. This is for Ephraim's first chapter, and he's already this good. I don't want them all to attack Seth, but they just might if I move him here. If I move him there, that way Natasha's safe. Fight off some more reinforcements. Okay, that's an alright level up. And yes, like I thought, that guy didn't move. However, I can now do this. Now you're an unmoving pile of ash or something. And of course you have the door key. This guy though, I'm actually gonna need to be careful here. You know what? Kyle might not be a bad idea to fight him. 17. Although you might double Kyle. Only 14 speed though. Oh, that's exactly enough to double Kyle. Especially if he's using a steel lance. Okay, 17 on 12 defense would be 5 damage with the weapon triangle. Unless Carl gets crit twice, he should be okay. And I can just top him up with Molder here. It's definitely no more than 4 damage, and if you get crit twice, that's 2 times 12, which is not going to be enough. So I'm sure Carl should be okay here. Of course, I don't even need to unlock the door here. I can just... Though that is a 50 strength wall, so probably better to unlock the door. Oh, Josh was on level 13 as well. Might as well have him go back there a bit, and then column... I'm going to need to unlock the chest up there. Oh yeah, I can finally start doing this. I mean, this is almost as tedious as Petrified Priest abusing in Radiant Dawn, considering how little damage she's doing. Yeah, 4, like I thought. And he missed anyway! So, yeah, one of them did crit, but no big deal. Okay, Ephraim's actually going to one-round this guy. And yeah, you might notice that the armor guy over there drops an Axe Reaver, which, yeah, you can tell what the game wants you to do with that. Oh, hey, Ross doubled something too, that's pretty impressive. And it was also a thing with the Silver Lance. You know, I wouldn't put it past them if there was a lunatic mode in this game to do that. I mean, although this is Sacred Stones, I mean, I doubt they would do something like that, but still. Speaking of which, I don't know how I feel about there not being lunatic mode in Echoes. I felt like Echoes Hard was not really that difficult outside of the final chapter and the Necro Dragon Shrine. Ugh. Well, I mean, the first encounter with Necro Dragons. So every time after that, Necro Dragons are pathetic. But the first time that you encounter them, Yeah, let's just do this. The first time you encounter them on, I believe on normal, there's only one of them. On hard, there's two of them. And fighting two Necro Dragons at that point, unless Celica is really, really grinded and is able to double... and is able to double the Necro Dragons with Seraphim, which even then probably won't kill them. It is extremely annoying. It pretty much relies on you getting lucky enough to have... like Erica stand on a forest and not get hit by them. Not Erica, Celica. Okay, for now I'm going to have Seth there just block you off from getting to Ross. And thus we continue the priest poking show. Yeah, I promised that I wouldn't hurt this guy, and instead I'm giving him probably the most humiliating death, well, one of the most humiliating deaths imaginable. I'm trying to think what the most humiliating death imaginable in a Fire Emblem game would be. Probably involves one of the joke weapons in Awakening on New Mystery. Yeah, let's just free Tana. So now Tana is free, and I'm probably going to have to grind her off camera after this, because I need her to be pretty strong for the next chapter. So I think this chapter is pretty much over, apart from the boss and a couple of other enemies. I think that was the last of the reinforcements. I hope you've got enough of a taste of this theme, because it's amazing. Ah, hey, support. Okay, now we have already seen this on Erica's route. I guess I'll put a link to that video. Hopefully, I hate how YouTube's introduced the card system, but I hope I can link to a specific point in that video with cards to show where I did that support in Erica's route. So yeah, skipping now. Any supports that I already did on the other route, I'm going to be skipping. Guess I can get a bit of experience for you this way. Oh, and hey, we actually are getting to see auto-end turns now that Tana's actually moving. Oh, and hey, Seth didn't actually kill this guy. There is something that I could do with Tana, although I kind of don't want to. So yeah, here's the short bow. The thing that I wanted to talk about is that short bows having, they have a little bit of an extra crit rate. You can actually buy those from Port Curious on Erica's route, I believe. So, kind of useful if you're using an archer, because I actually kind of like short bows. They're not like the strongest weapons ever, but they've got an okay crit rate. They're an alright substitute for killer bows. Back in FE7, they were more associated with nomads. But the thing that I wanted to talk about is... Ross not gaining speed. No. The thing that I wanted to talk about is that I have seen a ROM hack where they made short bows 1 to 2 ranged and had a fog of war map full of nomads with short bows. That seems pretty irritating. Well, I guess I don't need that anymore. So yeah, and it's only got 3 weight too, so pretty much never going to weigh anyone down. Even Luke could use that if she was an archer, that weight penalty. Now, all of the items that I wanted to give Tana are on Seth, who can't quite reach, except I could... Joshua's got a full inventory. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm making this go on any quicker. Actually, I can. Although I can only trade with 1 person per turn, but I can give over those 2. Yeah, I can't trade to the second person, but still. I guess we can continue to build supports here. And continue to poke this guy to death slowly here. You know, this is even more disturbing if you think that Amelia probably knew some of these people personally. And you, I guess, can stay up there. kind of glad you went for the one who has no chance of being criticaled. Okay, so if I move Ephraim, this means I'm going to have Ephraim pretty much fighting everything here. I'm pretty sure that was an almost fresh Iron Lance, and he's gone through most of it. But yeah, that's better than having gone through almost the entire Regenleif. And Joshua levels up. Doesn't get strength, but still, that's not bad. Not as bad as Ross not getting speed! And let's just, if that was a crit, it would have been even more humiliating. Oh, well, yeah. Priest wasn't enough for a level up there. A Priest is probably one of the few enemies who's like that. Now you can trade not with Seth, trade with you. Give you all that stuff. And I'm also probably going to give her the Axe Reaver, but might not really see much use in this chapter, because I don't really fancy her chances against the Killer Axe, and it would be really cathartic to have her kill Gheb, but still. And yeah, here's why I said that the Restore Staff comes a bit too late in this chapter. You've already probably passed both of the Sleep Staff Priests before you have a chance to grab that, so yeah. Oh, hey, Ephraim's weapon level. Is that A or is that B? I can check. A. And we have victory is near again. Yeah, there are quite a few people who find this theme a bit annoying in how repetitive it gets. I do understand that. Oh yeah, we can also have Ephraim talk, but first we're gonna yoink the Axe Reaver, which she can't even use, but still. And we had the recruitment thing, even though this isn't technically a recruitment. I was about to say that's because you forgot to bring weapons, but no, they probably just took her weapons. And of course more, it's too dangerous, you should go back now. But Tana can become very, very strong, so I'm sure she can stay with us. And I'm going to try and have her... Also, I'm going to be taking that Axe Reaver back since, yeah, not really going to be much use on her. Forgot about that. Now this boss, like I said earlier, has no ranged attack. So you can kind of wail on him from a distance with certain things. Just need to get that chest before I finish this chapter. Yeah, some people are glad there aren't any more Victory is Near themes in the series because they can get a little bit repetitive, although I will say Path of Radiance had a really fantastic one. It's a shame that probably due to a glitch it only plays in the first few chapters of the game. It is in Smash Brothers though. And yeah, range attacks don't really have the best hit rate against the boss, so kind of annoying like that, but I want to see if I can get that Killer Axe.
Whoa there! You piece of trash! What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry, I had to continue it. I kind of wish they'd, like, stretched out his model or something like that, but... like they did with Oliver. I mean, it's hard to actually see Oliver's battle sprite in Path of Radiance. Not sprite, like model, but whatever. It's hard to see it in Path of Radiance because the Hawks usually kill him long before you get to him. But if you do, it's really hilarious because they just took the normal Bishop model and stretched it out twice as wide. It's pretty stupid. Only one use of that left. And I don't really fancy Joshua getting hit with that. Only 3 damage, too. So, Gheb is kind of a bit of a tank. A lot of HP, decent amount of defense. But gets completely wrecked by the Axe Reaver. Unfortunately, you want to make sure that he keeps that Iron Axe equipped, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure we don't have any javelins in. We have a one-use javelin! Might as well try for this. Crit, please? Of course not. Well, you double with it, but neither of them hit. Let's see if loot can hit him. First, though, what's in the chest? Ocean Seal! Yeah, obviously something that you want to grab here. You get it in the first chapter of the route split on each route, so you can always promote Ross here if you want. Okay. I just realized something. I might have to speed this up a little bit, because I realized that I can do this with it. I can also try building some supports with Ephraim and Tana, because I might want to do a certain thing. Please tell me you don't heal that much. You don't. Okay. I'm really sorry about this, but I'm going to just slowly whittle him down while sitting here, because I want that killer axe. It's also going to give it a little bit more experience. Good thing I bought that extra fire tome for loot. Of course she missed a 77 under true hit. Which means you're going to get all your health back, aren't you? This may take a while. But hey, if anyone's gonna get boss abused, it's this guy. He deserves it. I just noticed a bit of English on this menu with support chance. Yeah, chance here seems to be used more in the Japanese loanword sense of opportunity. Yeah, everything else kind of makes sense, but support chance is a little bit weird. But yes, Gheb's now down to 4 HP, and this only took about 1 minute. It didn't really take that long, except that Loot missed twice more and didn't gain speed on a level up. So, yeah, that's irritating. But let's just get this over with... yeah, well, what's another turn at this point? Of course you crit! That's not... I guess I have to point out the fandom meme that this wasn't really Gheb who died here, because apparently he's too beautiful to die, and that he had some loser named Gleb, his cousin, die instead, but no, I'm gonna say that Gheb actually died here, because, seriously, I'm pretty sure that meme is dead anyway, at this point. And seriously, look at Ephraim's stats at this point. Only through 1 chapter and he's already this good. Alright, let's end the chapter. Rest of the enemy troops? What rest of the enemy troops? Well, at least one prisoner here is still alive. And depending on your answer, I may let you live. Well, you know, I like to think this was the guy who was talking to Amelia earlier, because that means we didn't kill him. Yeah, so obviously the common soldiers have no idea what the higher-ups are doing. Well, at least we know he's opposed to the war. Unfortunately, the Emperor doesn't seem to be listening. But if he gets considered a traitor, this is not going to end well. Well, the music cut means bad news. Really? Well, I guess we'll have to confirm the truth of this for ourselves. I'm sure Dussel wouldn't fight. He seems to hate this war. Yeah, I guess technically speaking, Ephraim's king now, yeah. Well, unfortunately, this is Ephraim we're talking about. Throwing himself into needless danger is pretty much his middle name. And apparently Mer was with us. Yeah, without a Dragonstone, it's a bit dangerous for her to stay. Once again, Ephraim's all like, I'm handling this, you go back and stay because you're too weak to be on this journey, it's too dangerous. I'm pretty sure you can, with how amazing you are. Oh, but if your Lost Dragonstone is that way, maybe we should head that way. You know, if I picture a younger Erica, it actually would look pretty similar to how she does. Meanwhile, back in Grotto. Well, what crazy orders is he gonna give next time? Oh, no. No, I don't think he means it that way. Yeah, that thing that I feared, it's already happening. They're considering him a traitor. Yeah, I think we all know who the real traitor to this country is, but, unfortunately, he's the one giving the orders here. So, Selena's been ordered to execute him. The answer to that is pretty much no. I like that line. And yet you're having them do exactly that. Yeah, he doesn't care. Which means we're probably going to have to deal with her at some point. So, I'll see you for that next time.